I did notice something, and I've been noticing this a lot everywhere I go. Is everyone's hiring now, and places I've been at have actually shut down. And I went out to dinner with my dad last week, and we went to a restaurant in Lake San Marcos, and they had a note on the door that said the patio is closed because they're short staffed. And I've noticed that even I drive through Jack in the Box every morning to get coffee. I can't tell the difference in coffee, so I just drink the shittiest, cheapest one, and I go to Jack in the Box every morning. And they shut down sometimes because they don't have enough workers. Is it like that in Canada? Are people
Oh
not?
yeah, it's like that. It's like that everywhere. They're pretty much they're shut down. Like you get your overnight shifts and stuff are shut down a lot. I noticed that when I was out in Alberta, they like the McDonald's didn't have the overnight shift or other places like that. And my sister ends up having to pay pretty good for her. She runs a well the vegan butcher, and she pays her employees well, so she manages to keep them, and she has some pretty loyal employees. But yeah, it's hard to up here. I forget what our minimum wage is, but it's only about $12 an hour, and I think you're hard to find a you can't find a good employee for $12 an hour,
This is crazy, man.
and the pay shouldn't be that low. But
I mean, it should be the other way around. It should be tough to get a job. So we're living in like the softest times pretty much ever. I mean, what's the game plan?
yeah,
I mean, are people just becoming homeless? Are they just living at home? You know, in the 90s, when you were 18, you moved out or you went to college. That was how
yeah,
it was.
I'm not sure what the game plan is now. I think the game plan is over the next bunch of years, restaurant prices are going up significantly.
Yeah, and we were out to dinner last night. And my buddy's girlfriend was talking about how like you need to make a lot of money in California, and you need to, you know, $20, $25 an hour isn't enough. I don't even know if I make $25 an hour. But much love, Rob Barnes. Thank you for the super chat. Everyone is hiring. Much love, you Barrage. But she was talking about how yeah, like the wages need to be higher and higher and higher. I'm like, well, right, but people need to look at it from a business owner's perspective. It's gonna, you know, if my buddies who own breweries or own construction companies, they have to pay labor, right? They have to actually
Oh
pay you
yeah,
guys. And it's like, well, what do they do? Well, they need to charge the customer more now, or else it doesn't work out. And the middle class in construction is pulling back, so he's losing a lot of clients from it. You know, it's kind of just more like the upper class now. And I don't know, man. We just live in weird times. Like, what are people doing now? Just staring at phones all day, living at home when they're 30?
yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I know here, and I guess it was due to the big C word or whatever. But in Canada, I think
Cunt.
pretty sure people were getting about 3 grand a month to stay home during the peak of the pandemic, and that went for like a year. People just weren't working because they were getting 3 grand a month, which was more than a lot of people were making before they got their benefits.
But is that still going on? I mean, you would think that that would dry up, but
Not as much. I think some business help is still out there, and they still I think the government put in like they're paying for more unemployment due to work, like if you can't work because of the COVID or something.
it's a bummer, man.
But it's yeah, people are going back to work, but I don't think it's I think it up the I mean it almost might be, and like in one way it could be a good thing for the minimum wage industry, because like the restaurant workers and stuff that are working their ass off, instead of getting their $12 an hour plus tips, so they might be hopefully they'll be moving up to closer to the 15 or $16 an hour range,
That's what
which
it is in
still I
California.
guess isn't quite yeah it's still not quite the living wage here, I don't think, but it's a heck of a lot better than 25 grand a year if you're working your ass off.
Um, it's just weird times, man. It's just weird times. You know, you kind of create a monster. Anytime you give somebody something for free, they're not going to start to understand the value of it. It's going to take away a lot of accountability and create victim mentality. So if you were smart, I'd get one of these good jobs now. You know, if you can still get, if there's people still collecting unemployment or getting stimulus checks, and it's going to dry up, go get the good jobs now. And good jobs are servers and beer tenders, because in California, you're going to make $200 a night, and you're going to make 15, $16 an hour minimum wage, because our minimum wage is insanely high. And you're going to make like 80 grand a year if you work full time serving drinks. And it's a good job. It's a really good job. I've always poured beer. I've poured beer for the last 7 years because I always wanted cash. You know, the government hates it because they can't tax you on it. And it's not real work. You're doing what a monkey can do. There's people that work in fast food that work harder than beer tenders. You know, beer tenders is an awesome job because you don't have to deal with food, and you don't have to deal with craft cocktails. You know, when you deal with cocktails, people are they send shit back, or there was too much vermouth in it, or this Manhattan wasn't up or dry or whatever enough. And food's always a nightmare. I used to work in food, and I'd bring somebody their burger, and they'd be like, "Whoa, can you send it back?" Because I said no tomatoes. I'm not going to send it back. Take the fucking tomatoes off. Put them on the side. What's the matter with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird times, man. And it's not like, I don't know a lot of people that are homeless. I know a couple people, everyone's got the friends that got into heroin and they kind of throw their lives away, but I don't know. I don't know too many people in my inner circle that just that don't work. I got a couple friends, I guess, that don't work, now that I think about it. But I don't know. I mean, is it high school kids not working anymore? Were these the jobs that like we had in high school, but teens don't work anymore?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not in the everyone I know that's around that age is trying to get jobs right away, because out here where I'm at, it takes it's 20 minutes to drive into town or something. So everyone wants to be able to afford their gas money, so they're not just stuck at home in the semi sticks.
Patrick's saying the boomers are all reaching retirement age. Their retirement will lead to years of labor shortage and some progressions. Clayton Gerard, I was a waiter in Expo Cook and made $7 an hour and I never complained. I'm with Clayton Gerard, man. I remember when minimum wage, getting a good job. Granted, I'm 36, 37. But I remember getting $8 an hour was like, holy shit. I don't care what that job entails. I want to go over there and get that job. But like, I couldn't even imagine being a high school kid and getting paid $16 an hour to flip a burger. How are you supposed to make, and the corporate guys, they'll be okay, but there's a lot of mom and pop burger joints that are like, I can't afford this. And my buddies that work construction, they're like, you know what? Jacking up labor it denies people jobs. I can't afford you. I was going to hire 3 guys, but I can only hire 2. So I can't, sure, these guys got more money, but the outcome is there's less jobs.